Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. So if you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. Okay? Okay, the first card that I have here, collective, is Shark. Swim away from the situation. So there could be a situation that you need to disconnect from. Spirit is trying to tell you that this is something you need not to entangle with. Everything does not deserve a response from you. Okay. This could be a situation that you are indecisive about, okay, as well, on whether or not you should add your 2 cents, on whether or not you should help someone. So this could be helping a family member, a friend, maybe someone is confiding in you about personal business or affairs. And you could be trying to sort out whether or not you should get in the middle, I'm hearing. This could be something involving a relationship. Maybe someone is experiencing something where they feel they should, leave this connection, but they don't want to. And they've been confiding in you and running to you with their problems so much. Spirit is saying, it's time for you to step away from the situation. So, clearly, this could be your energy or someone that you know. Either you're in a connection that is unhealthy and you've been wanting to leave and you're indecisive, and someone you could be confiding in someone, and someone could be trying to figure out on whether or not they should involve themselves any more than what they are in your relationship or in your life. They don't want to intervene. They don't want to, something about a person not wanting to be accused of something, collective. I don't know if this is gossip, or maybe you're dating someone and maybe you're dating a relative of a friend. I'm picking that up. Maybe you're dating a friend's brother or cousin. And you know how some people, not all, have the rule of, no dating each other's family members. So maybe you broke that rule, but it didn't ruin the friendship. And maybe the connection that you have with their brother or sister or cousin, their relative, is starting to you're just losing interest for each other at this time. Okay. So they could feel it's not that they don't care about you, but they care about their loved one, their family, and they also care about their peace. So what it is, they don't want to be in the middle. Okay, this is different. They don't want to be in the middle. Okay, so this is either your story, collective, or someone around you. If it is not, only take what resonates and leave the rest. Do not play with your energy like that, okay? So we have the Knight of Pentacles here. And so, yes, you're very focused, on growth and development and moving forward with your life. But maybe someone is confiding in you. This could be someone that you also work with, like a best friend, and you both work at the same place. And every day it's that conversation, girl, I got something to tell you, or man, I got something to tell you kind of energy, and it's always about their relationship. It's all about their love connection. They're unhappy in their situation, and you're the go-to person. You're the one that they choose to confide in whenever they're having hardships in their relationships, or hardships in relationships, or whenever they're, things are going well in their love connection. You're the go-to person. And so I'm picking up also, you're feeling kind of burnt out on listening to it. It could be becoming annoying to you. You could feel like, look, I don't want to be part of your personal life. Look, I love you, friend, but just please stop coming to me with all these issues. Go to your spouse, And in my opinion, that's the best thing you can do. When you have a problem with your spouse, speaking to everyone except for your spouse does not help the situation. And people can and also convince you that things are occurring that aren't. Okay. So so this person doesn't want to be bothered, or either it's you, collective. You're like, I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay. So it's not a hatred thing. It's not an evil thing. It's just you don't want to hear it anymore. It's stressful. It's negative energy, and you don't want to be a part of whatever happens. Okay, maybe you have a friend who's dating a family member of yours, and you're like, look, I told you all family members off deck, but you just had to date my brother. You just had to date my cousin. I told you, you just had to date my sister. I told you, man. You know, and so yeah, yeah. With the Four of Swords, you're on chill. You're like, look, I'm trying to rest right now. I don't want to be in the middle of that. You do not want to be in the middle of what they have going on. But for some reason, with the Hierophant energy, you're the go-to person. People love to come to you. Not only this friend, people love coming to you, collective. It's something about your energy. Maybe you're one of those people who can be trusted with not crossing conversations, meaning you're less likely to go back and repeat what someone tells you. People know this about you, and they admire that, so they trust you. hmm But you're like, I got my own life. I have my own life. I'm doing my own thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm picking that's clearly that's what this story is, collective. Either you are dating a relative of a friend or vice versa. You have a friend that's dating one of your relatives and the connection is having some friction. Yep. Yep, yep. Yep. That's clearly what it is. And it's coming through strong and very clear. And you're like, I told you, didn't I tell you? You're like, this is why we said no, family off dibs. This is why. Now you want me in the middle of it. You like, sorry, but not sorry. Best friend, you're gonna have to be strong. You could be telling them this, look, you're gonna have to be strong. Maybe your friend has fallen deeply in love with this relative. Like not only was it just you know, it wasn't a one night stand situation. Maybe they moved in together. They could have had a child together. They could just have a lot of time with each other. And over time, emotions are heightened. Maybe they fallen deeply for this person. But it looks like the connection is they're going their separate ways. With the Two of Wands, yeah, there's action being taken. And this friend could be devastated that your relative wants to leave them. Not willing to accept the truth they're saying. They found this person to be very tempting, even though you spoke and said families off limits, but adults will do what adults will do. They found this person to be very tempting with the devil energy here. They could have been in a relationship with this person for at least 5 years. I'm picking up 5 years. Maybe they were dating for 2 years privately. And when the third year came, they let everybody know, look, we're a unit. We've been seeing each other. Go ahead and judge us, that kind of energy. Yeah. Usually, yeah, like if you're a female, you have older brothers, their friends are like, the rule is usually like no dibs, no, not my sister. No, not my cousin. Yeah, kind of energy. Okay. So we have the hanged man here. So yeah, you've made your mind to stay out of it. They've chosen to do what they want to do, which was mess around with each other. And now they're starting to grow apart and they both can be coming to you, really trying to confide in you, wanting to talk to you. Whether this is your relative or your friend, they both could be coming towards you, collective. Like, we just need to talk. I just got to tell you something. What you think I should do? You know what happened the other day? Do you know what this ninja did? Yeah. And you feel like you're in the middle. It's like a tug of war thing with you. You feel like you're in the middle and one got each arm. Each person has an arm. But you could be telling them, look, just go ahead and break up already, okay? You're not one of those people to make up lies or tell them what they want to hear kind of energy. You're like, no, it's not working. Just go ahead and break up, okay? There's no sense of constantly complaining, like the reading I did yesterday about your spouse and what you don't like, and they not coming home, and you found a number, and this. If it ain't working, it ain't working. If it's a burden, let it go. Close the cycle. 10. Let it go. Let it go. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And so they both feel, that they're taking a loss of some sort. I don't know. Maybe I'm also picking up. Maybe these two people that are, seeing each other or dating, maybe they have partnered on some kind of mm, asset. Maybe someone co-signed for someone a vehicle. Someone put their name on a lease, or someone made a large purchase and both of their names are attached to an item. This could be jewelry. This could be a car. This could be a house. This could be some kind of investment fund, some kind of investment plan, or yeah, I'm picking that up. There's some kind of asset, whether they're married or not, because they could just be living with each other, that they both have put their names, their signatures on some kind of contract that is connected to an asset. And so that can be what's making the separation so dramatic and toxic. And they want you to hear their story. Like, talk to her, cuz, talk to her, bro. Let her know, yeah, they're feeling like you can talk their partner or their ex into handing over the money. Okay, maybe they had a joint account and somebody went and withdrew all the money before the other party knew about it. It could have been a massive amount. Maybe they were saving money together. Oh yeah, they was in love. To even save money that way instead of getting your own account. Look, they was in love. Had to be. Had to be. Yeah, someone could have withdrew funds before the other person knew it. And when the decision was finalized that they were going to separate, and it could have been voiced out, well, what about the account? Who get the money? I put the most money in. You've been spending. You ain't put, and one of them probably yelled, well, it's too late. I done cleared that out anyway. So that can be creating a lot more increasingly animosity instead of them just going their separate ways. So yeah, this is a very different read here. Relatives off limits. But sometimes you can't help who you fall for, I guess, right? I guess. Yeah. hmm Yeah, so there's a battle because this is money out of an account. Someone could have a car, as I said, co-sign for someone a vehicle. Maybe they want the vehicle back, and they're probably like, "You can't take it back. I've been making payments on this. You can't take it back. It's mine. It's in my name. You want to drive another ninja in my car?" Yeah, yeah. So that's what the kicking up dust is about. Instead of them just going on about their business, they're unable to because there's an asset tied to both of their names that they agree on. Whether this is a vehicle, whether this is a bank account that is now empty because one of them have went and cleaned it out. Okay, so somebody beat the other one to the punch. Okay, and it is causing some fueling going on here. Okay. You could be advising them to just move on, take the L. Like, look, the money's gone, take the L, move on. Or you could be also advising them if it's a vehicle or something like that, or let them have the car as long as they don't miss a payment. Just go do your healing. Go in your separate way. Okay. I don't know if you can do that. I guess it depends on what state you live in. If you co-sign for a vehicle, take it back, even though nobody has missed a payment. I don't know how that goes. I don't know. So you could be advising them, even though you co-signed for this car, let them have it. They're not missing a payment because they needed to get back and forth to work and they like it. It's a very nice vehicle. Okay. It could be red or black. This is a car. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a tug of war. Nobody wants to step out and have courage. No one wants to feel like a fool either. So there's a tug of war over this asset. Hmm. And I'm also picking up some resentment that one of them could just be resenting, or either both of them, ever even talking to each other. They could be reflecting. You know how you think about spilled milk, things that you have done. They both could be reflecting like, we was told not to mess with each other. Now look at us. You know, maybe they have a home together as well, or an apartment. There could be something with that where both of their names are on the lease and the lease isn't up. Who's going to stay here? Who's going to go? That kind of energy. Well, I don't want to leave my name on the lease too. Well, I don't want to leave my name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It happens. People tie their names to all kind of agreements. Okay. And so with the Five of Swords, there's a concern and a worry here about basically both of them, feeling like they down on their ashtray and watching the other move forward. There's people up here watching the other move forward, instead of just walking away and, letting bygones be bygones. They're both feeling and looking at the situation like, well, we're separating, but I'm going to come out on top. It's a lot of competitive energy here. And yes, they are acting childish. But the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. When the thrill is gone, the thrill is gone, baby. BB King. I'll shout to BB King. Yes, it's like competitive energy. They're concerned about looking crazy or how it's going to look to people. Well, if you're in a situation and your name is tied to an asset or some kind of legal document, you have to, take that through litigation and let a judge or a court decide that. But if you're in a connection and you're not getting along, there's no sense to staying with each other, excuse me, and prolonging the situation. It's time to move forward and plant seeds elsewhere. Okay? It's time to go watch yourself blossom and grow elsewhere. There are a lot of great people in the world. Okay, collective, including you. There are a lot of great people in the world, including you. So this situation has taught you a lot, or whomever this story is for, this message is for. This situation has taught you a lot about boundaries, about responsibility, and moving forward. I see you not closed off, but you will be more cautious than moving swift, so swift and quick. This could have been a relationship that also moved pretty fast. I'm picking up someone moved in with each other right away. And it was off the basis of your families know each other. It happens. Well, our families know each other. It's cool. It's cool. It happens. Okay. And you're also learning to, pay more attention to your goals. I'm picking up the energy of someone who you're very in love with this person. And I'm pretty sure this person loved you in return. Okay, I'm picking that up. A lot of love here, a lot of passion, but you're outgrowing each other and you no longer want to be connected. Whatever arrangement you had, you both have agreed that you just don't want it anymore. And that's okay. People's desires change over time. And so I'm seeing the Eight of Pentacles here. You see, this person is very focused on their craft and working, right? And so I'm picking up on someone who possibly may have, without knowing over time until it was too late, you may have let some things go. Like when it comes to your happiness, your self-worth, your self-love. You could be someone who maybe you have a lot of skills and hobbies that you used to partake in, but you no longer do these things. Uh, Once you met this person, things move so swift and quick. You moved in with each other. You both were head over heels. Now, the flame has fizzled out. And During that time, it was all fine and good, while you were having your sexual encounters, while you were creeping with this person, even afterwards when you let everybody know, hey, we're a unit. But you also, while you were dating this person, male or female, you put a lot of yourself off to the back burner. You weren't watering or remaining your true self while you were with this person. I'm picking up that you're someone very talented. You have a lot of skills that can be utilized to create sources of income, or just to do for a hobby, or you could be someone, how to do hair and nails, and you reupholst furniture, that kind of thing. You can be someone who's a mechanic and you do home improvement, and you're very well versed, well learned. You're very smart, very wise, and it happens. People get into relationships and they forget to water themselves. You can't make your spouse the center of your world where nothing else even matters, because love itself is just an emotion. It is a feeling, and feelings change and fluctuate over time. Desires change and fluctuate over time. Love is a wonderful experience, but it is just a feeling, and feelings will change. And you forgot to always water your seeds, to always pour into yourself. Never put what you love, which is you, because you're the MVP, no matter what type of relationship, marriage that you are in. But you forgot to fill your cup. You put a lot of what you love to do to the side. You could also be someone who's also, maybe you're part of a bowling league, maybe you have a crew you go shoot pool with, and all of a sudden they stop seeing you. It's okay to switch up in life, but you put the fun things that you love, Spirit is saying, to the side. And it is possible. They're saying moving forward, it is possible to date and take your time, get to know someone, and still remain yourself. Don't allow, when you meet someone, to be so mesmerized that you forget about feeding your own soul and your own spirit. You forget about doing the things that you love. And this could be very simple things. This could be, hey, maybe you like to go get a cup of tea at a certain restaurant, and you do it every Friday or every Sunday, and you stop, and no one else needs to understand that this is what brings you joy, but you understand that this brings you joy, and that's why you do it. These are the things that feed your spirit and feed your soul. You let them go. Okay. You could be someone who's a writer. Okay. Or maybe you're an artist. Okay. As well. You could be a seamstress. Yeah. But yeah, never be so mesmerized that you forget about you. Okay. Because love is a feeling, and feelings fluctuate, they change. A person's desires will change. Doesn't matter who you are. Okay? That's just the truth. And I know that's a hard pill for people to swallow, but it's the reality. Love is beautiful. Love is great. Love is kind. Love is patient. But it is a feeling. And feelings do what? They change over time. Okay? How many times have you heard somebody say, "Oh, trying to get that old thing back. Oh, the flame done fizzled out. Gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it afloat. Gotta." No. Sometimes those feelings fluctuate. They change. Accept that they have changed. Because there are some situations that have changed and folks still trying to make it work. They still trying to razzle dazzle. They still trying to, ain't nothing else to shake. Ain't nothing in there. Like, ain't nothing in there. It's gone. You got to let it go. TKO. Everything has its own divine timing. Everything in life that we partake in. It's like being an artist and receiving extreme notoriety and fame, success, and wealth at one point in your life. And maybe you've been on reserve or doing something else, and you come back and you try to use that same energy to zhuzh up what you had back then. And you, for some reason, you're like, dang, I can't get that same motion. I used to do this. I used to have that. I used to. Because everything happens in divine timing. Everything has its own divine purpose. And what is meant to move forward is going to move forward. You can't get that old thing back, that old energy. Once it dissipates, no matter what it is, a relationship, a career, anything, once it dissipates, it dissipates. It is a feeling. It is a moment. It is emotions. It is energy. And once it dissipates, once it dry out, fizzle out, it's gone. It's time to move on to another level. And it doesn't mean that it's the end all, be all. It just means for us, even me, myself, to shift our perspective. Shift our perspective. Because I'll go deep. It's for us to shift our view. It's for us to do something different that we've never done. It doesn't mean that it's over. It's just a spiritual nudge. Hey, darling, go in a different way. Okay? Yeah. Why you think you hear people say, I love them, but I'm not in love with them? Because over time, that feeling has done what? It has changed. It's reality. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but guess what? It is what it is. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's a feeling, baby. It's a feeling. And you don't need to beat yourself up. It's not that you're not lovable. It's not that you're not beautiful or handsome. It's not that you're not attractive. It's just a feeling that has dissipated. It has dissolved itself. It's time for you and that person to move forward in whatever way is best for you. It's not going to be the same for everyone. Your spiritual nudge may call for you to work on yourself. Their spiritual nudge may call for them to travel the world. We all have different duties and contracts and generational patterns to break, and purpose, find our purpose and walk in our purpose and work on self-development. But when a cycle ends, especially when it comes to romantic connections, Spirit is saying for us to stop demonizing it and looking at it as a negative, because it's not. And there's some people who really need to hear this. It's your perception. It's not that it's negative. It's how you're choosing to look at it. If something is crumbling, that means something is about to blossom. That means somewhere Spirit is tilting some soil. That means somewhere, a blessing is on the way. That means somewhere some new opportunity, some new energy is coming. So somebody's sprinkling fertilizer somewhere. Somebody is praying for you somewhere. Things are being orchestrated in spaces and places that the human eye has not been privy to see somewhere. It's how we look at things. It's how we look at things. It's not all bad. It's really all good. This concludes the read. I trust and hope it will assist you. Later.